Hello. Oh, I have to laugh. I have to laugh because, as collective as I want to make these messages, they're personal and it's kind of funny, but we're just going to flow with it because there's so many ways to see this. And I think that's fun is we have this multifaceted approach to be able to kind of take the wheel and to spin it into different directions and kind of flip it in a way that suits you, the creator, the creation, and the individual. So mending, right? So this is a process of placing things together. It's the joining of pieces. It's the merger. It is the space of unity. And it's a space that is about harmonized perfection. Interesting here, we have the 52. So in the very first reading of when I was coming back online, there was this, the 5 was the key to the rainbow bridge that was helping us to see ebb and flow, oscillation, to see the wave in a new way. Because the wave used to be you have your good moments and you have your bad moments. You have your highs and your lows, and ebb and flow, the frequency range of the wave absolutely started to change. And so when the wave started to change, it reminded me that there is a particle of source within us that is flipping the script in our own journey. It's being able to see things through a new way, whether it's a new lens, a new perspective. Something's obviously evolved. So mending is a part of that 52, right? 5 being the key to that change. 2, there's that harmonization. There's a harmonized perfection of what? The magician. The magician speaks of the resources, the things that are at our disposal to utilize in regards to creation. Whether this is source, its energy, its thoughts, its ideas, its resources. This is the internal resourcefulness of you bringing this all back together, which is kind of funny because it's a very similar storyline or narrative here in regards to what it is for me to show up again within creator and creation and doing what I love to do. And then, of course, right, divination. So it's funny because as plain as this can be, it's kind of like we're reigniting and realigning our magic, our tools to be able to see clearly. The other thing, too, is it takes me back to the map maker, which I know might have a little bit of a scandalous opinion in regards to maps, but like essentially it's the things that are at your disposal that give you the opportunity to remember your internal compass. It helps you to find your true north, your north node. When you feel lost, what lights your way in your day-to-day, what guides you in your purpose, in your journey, what guides you in your own magic. So essentially this is you mending the tools from within you, whether these are external tools, which sometimes can be things that we can become dependent upon or things that we need validation from. Cool. If you need that, good luck. Awesome. I love working with cards. This is my way of doing it. But divination is also, when we look at the inner map, we look at the inner compass, right? Whether we call this our moralities, whether we call this our boundaries, whether we call this our mind, our emotions, or our inner dialogue, essentially we are mending a connection to our inner resources that guide us moving forward. So when we're activating the internal guide, when we're activating our remembrance, when we're activating our own way, we're also activating and remembering our own pathway. So this is a clear sign that there is a directional message coming in for you through creator, through source, through the universe, for you to remember that which gives you the opportunity, that which is at your disposal to see clearly through the fog, through the veils, or even within your own pathway. This is you being able to have your own tools, your own compass for your direction moving forward. So lastly, I wanted to finish up with one card from this deck. This is a wonderful deck I got just a little bit ago. And it's the Codex of Questions by Emily Rose. This was the author's Emily Rose from Raven Relics Tarot. Such a wonderful woman who does really wonderful readings and built a really wonderful deck. This is a deck of journal prompts, and I like it because it starts to activate that inner discovery. It's that inner journal. It is just one point of the map, like the trailhead that takes you on your own adventure. So when we look at what it is to mend that which we have available within creator and creation to create with, or to see our own way, or to direct our own pathway, especially with divination, right? It's that ability to see clearly in our own direction, where we're at, where we came from. There's this like quantum ability to remain very mobile and versatile in the way that we move through life. And so this here is this is kind of marking that trailhead to the pathway going, okay, we're at the trailhead. What is the question that gives us an opportunity to the inner depth of our journey to understand or to know more or to see more or to clarify? So from Codex of Questions, what is the journal prompt that is available for us with this inner reconnection to our own source of the pathway moving forward? Ooh. How would you live your life differently if you knew there was no such thing as having a purpose? So now we're breaking down this belief that things have to be done in alignment in a certain way. This is another trailhead to ask you. So today, if you want to, get out your journal and ask that question. How would you live your life differently if you knew there was no such thing as having a purpose? It's really interesting. What I love about these journal prompts is it stretches your imagination, it stretches your process, and sometimes it can take you to avenues and pathways within your own sense of self that is going to obliterate a lot of obstacles in the way we go about and do things. So one level of this divine perfection and this divine space that's being curated for you in this now moment is to ask that question once again: how would you live your life differently if you knew there was no such thing as having a purpose? Perhaps there's another level of fulfillment at your disposal in regards to creation that's here for you, that activates either the next set of toolkits or a sense of a toolkit from within you that you haven't quite been able to grasp or work with yet. Also, too, is it does feel like this internal knowing and internal guide is activating a new process for you that is going to gift you an opportunity to recollect your magic. I love you guys. See you soon.